Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. This is super exciting, okay? This is the first episode of the show, the first reflection of the book. I've been working on this project for over the course of the last year, writing a reflection a day based off of quotes from creators, artists, writers, developers, directors, whoever, their works, basically anything that inspired me to think about life and what it means to be human. And before we get into the first reflection, I have to say, you did it. You made it to the new year, and Happy New Year. What a year 2025 has been, but we survived. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's all you can do. But here, here's to making our own meaning and moving into 2026 with a fair dose of creativity, resilience, and a lot of kindness and love. So, to start off the Everyday Human for the month of January, we're looking at existence. Why not? Why not start with big questions like, why are we here? What does it all mean? What's the point of everything? We may never get the answers, but it's fun and good to explore. And if we can't find the meaning, that's okay. Along the way, we'll just have to make our own. Our first reflection is brought to you by Stephen Crane. If you know me or my work, you know that he's my favorite writer, poet, and general person from the 1800s. Almost every one of my books has allusions to his work, sometimes direct quotes or references. You'll see that in A Guardian, Lux, which is coming out very soon. And I even wrote a short story called Why in the Name of the Seven Mad Gods Who Rule the Sea, in which Crane and Billy Higgins, who is the oiler from the short story The Open Boat, meet in the afterlife and ponder over the meaning of existence as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Stephen Crane. Okay, so let's get into it. The way this is going to work is I will read you the quote from the person who inspired the day's reflection. I'll then read my reflection that I wrote based off of that quote, and then I will provide you with a question or a prompt, whatever you want to call it, to do your own thinking, to write down your own thoughts on the subject, on the topic or the quote of the day. So yeah, this reflection today is titled "That Strand of Hair on Your Head," and as I said, it's inspired by Stephen Crane. In particular, his poem called A Man Said to the Universe. The short, amazing poem goes like this. A man said to the universe, "Sir, I exist." "However," replied the universe, "the fact has not created in me a sense of obligation." And here's the piece I wrote inspired by Crane's poem. Here you are. You've just opened your eyes for the first time, this fateful day that by random chance has brought you into the world. A single human among billions, though you don't know this yet, that there are so many others just like you. In this moment, you are the universe. Everything and everyone revolves around you. The purpose of other people's lives has forever been altered by the simple fact that you now draw breath. Their dreams and passions, goals and ambitions, press the pause button. Those people passing you back and forth, crying and kissing and calling you their little miracle, their sole purpose now is to feed you, burp you, clean you some more, feed you some more, raise you, keep you alive, until it isn't, until those kinds of basic human functions fall on you to perform and you are the universe no longer. But look around. That memo is certainly lost on some of us. There are people out there who still tend to believe that they are the universe, or that the world revolves around them, or that they are owed something. Money, a job, allegiance, friendship, love, success, whatever, just for being there, just for existing. But eventually, they discover they aren't the universe. Some do, anyway. And after that mind-shattering moment, they might look to it and try to get in its good graces. "Here I am," they shout from the top of a mountain. "Did you forget I'm here? after a bit of this shouting, the universe might simply say, "There you are." And well, says the entitled, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to give me? The universe, though, has dealt with far too many of this kind since the invention of humans. That strand of hair on your head, the universe says. That one that fell out and washed down the drain when you were showering this morning. Yes, what about it? It's a part of you. Yes, it is. Just as you are a part of the universe and the world around you. What are you getting at? That hair was a part of something bigger, just like you. Is that hair owed anything simply for being on your head? For making up a part of who you are? Well, what could a hair possibly be owed? And besides, the hair is gone, isn't it? Down the drain, you said. It is, says the universe. And I hope it didn't waste its time walking around and shouting about how important it was and how much it was owed by me and all of the other hairs out there. No, I hope it got to work and did something worthwhile with its time on your head. Okay, and that's the end of my reflection inspired by A Man Said to the Universe. And now it's your turn. So here is your question. Here is your prompt. Take out your journal, a napkin, a piece of paper, or just stare out the window and think about it if you'd rather do that. So here is the question. What am I owed? And if you could see the piece of paper that's in my hand that I'm reading from, you would see an asterisk right after that, because that's a trick question. Okay, the real question is, am I getting to work with the time I have and doing something worthwhile? Or am I waiting around for something just because I'm here? Okay, that's it. These are short episodes, hopefully thought-provoking. I know they were for me when it came to reading and writing these pieces. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow, January 2, with another episode of The Everyday Human. Thank you so much for joining and listening, and have a good one.